Hello, ISO colleagues. I'm Akira Ono, an ISO expert from the Japanese National Committee. Dr. Ebina and I are working on a proposal for an ISO guide, which we plan to submit to the Technical Management Board, TMB. Today, we want to share our preliminary proposal and invite ISO technical committees to collaborate on this guide. It focuses on emerging advanced materials, a field many ISO technical committees are already working on in standardization. It will give project leaders and experts in ISO practical guidance on developing standards for these materials. Emerging advanced materials are newly developed with unique properties and high performances. We are talking about things like nanomaterials, composite, biomaterials, and high performance metals and other innovative materials. Standardization play a key role in ensuring consistency, reliability, and comparability, helping industries adopt and commercialize these materials more smoothly. But when it comes to emerging advanced material, standardization isn't as straightforward as it is for well-established materials. It comes with its own challenges. Thus, standardization for emerging materials require a different approach from that used for established materials. This table compares emerging advanced materials with established materials. For emerging materials, there is a wide range of potential applications, but they are often not yet well defined because their markets are still evolving. In contrast, applications of established materials are clearly defined in mature markets. When it comes to measurement method and procedures, they are often still under development for emerging materials, whereas they are mostly standardized for established materials. As a result, standardization efforts for emerging materials are conducted rather independently within each technical committee, while for established materials, they usually follow well-established frameworks. So what types of standards are appropriate for emerging and established materials? This table compares two types of standards. One type is materials specification standards for well-established materials like steel, which define allowable ranges of characteristics. However, this type of standards cannot be directly applied to emerging materials, as I explained you before, due to the challenges arising from the novelty and evolving nature. The other type is testing, which specify characteristics to be measured and their measurement protocols. This type of standards help emerging materials adapt to challenging and uncertain conditions, excluding defining fixed characteristics values. This proposed guide helps ISO project leaders and experts develop testing standards for emerging advanced materials by providing comprehensive and consistent methodologies. This figure illustrates the standardization processes for emerging materials and established materials. Each process begins with identifying target materials to be standardized and ends with establishing materials certification. For established materials, usually material specification can be directly standardized based on their well-defined characteristics and validated measurement protocols. In contrast, the process for emerging materials initially relies on standardized testing that accommodates the conditions of advancing technologies and evolving markets, where material specifications have not yet been standardized. Remaining proprietary. However, over time, as technologies become mature and the market stabilize, emerging materials approach to established ones. Ultimately, both proprietary material specifications and testing standards are incorporated into a greater single material specification standards. This figure shows the typical steps involved in developing a testing standards, which will be described in more detail within the guide. It highlights the main tasks and integrates them to achieve the overall goal. The process starts with market research and a literature review, identifies key issues, defines the scope, specifies the standardization items, and eventually reaches the goal. Key strategies and tactics are included along the way. An overall market growth with time is shown in this figure. During the growing processes, standard plays a key. For established materials, it starts with setting material specification standards. For emerging advanced materials, as mentioned before, testing standards come first before the material specification standards. These testing standards contribute to market growth in the early stages of material developments. Following these, material specification and certification standards help further expand the market. We believe that many ISO technical committees are engaged with emerging advanced materials. The listed TCs are invited to collaborate on developing the proposed guide. A draft guide is provided for your review. Thank you very much for your attention, and we look forward to working with you.